You're going to explain to me what point of privilege means after we're done here.
I'm going to try not to break it.
PFP.
Thank you. Anyone else on the panel have discussion?
Would you like to table this and move it to a work session so we can iron that out, so we're not amending every time we're reading?
I do believe that would be the best course of action.
Motion to table.
Second.
Roll call vote, Vicki.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Colbert?
Yes.
Just need to put that in work session.
Okay, so we move the ordinance number 2018-13, ordinance of the town of Phillipsburg, County of Warren, State of New Jersey, Government Article 12, Department of Recreation, Section 191, Recreation Advisory Committee of the Code of Town of Phillipsburg, and deleting Section 92 Youth Center has been successfully tabled until the next work session. The next is the ordinance 2018-14. This is the first reading. The ordinance of the town of Phillipsburg entitled Open Space.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion.
Yes. I'd like to move to table this. I have an enormous problem with Section B. The whole purpose of this, when it was approved, was so we could work on our existing recreation, our fields, and get everything that's in disarray taken care of. Section B is purpose and utilization of funds. The funds shall be used for the purchase of property rights within the town of Phillipsburg. I am not in favor of that as it's written at all. Secondly, duties and functions all revolve around taking people's property and buying it. And the concluding review of the open space says, in the event there's no acquisition of property financed under this chapter for a period of 5 years, the town council shall conduct a review, issue a report with conclusions continuing the continuation of the open space. So to me, all this talks about is taking property and new property, not taking care of what we have. And that is not the intent that I was under the impression of. So if it goes this way, I'll vote no.
I will second your motion to table until the next work session. Roll call vote, please.
Council President, may I debate?
We can't debate during a motion to table.
Okay, go ahead.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Colbert?
Yes. Ordinance number 2018-14, ordinance of the town of Phillipsburg entitled Open Space has been successfully tabled to the next work session. Ordinance number 2018-15, the bond ordinance providing for various 2018 capital improvements by and in the town of Phillipsburg in the county of Warren, state of New Jersey, appropriating $1,758,100, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,670,195 in bonds or notes of the town to finance part of the cost thereof.
Pardon me, Council President. There is a point of information regarding the ordinance that we just tabled. Just a point of information.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sure, thanks. Mayor, I don't know if you've spoken about, prior to the passage of this ordinance, are we not currently collecting the funds into the trust fund until we adopt an ordinance governing it?
We are not, but the ordinance has to be adopted before we can start collecting. One concern I have is that if we wait too long, the tax will look a lot larger than it really is. In other words, it won't be 2 cents, it'll be 4 or 6 cents.
Thank you.
Just a rebuttal from Denver. I did ask about this in January, and I was told it'll be coming, so it didn't come until July when I asked in January.
Okay, we're not going to debate any further. We're going to save it for the work session. Moving forward, I did read the ordinance 2018-15. You need a motion? You want me to read that whole thing again? All right. Ordinance number 2018-15. I'm just teasing. If you want me to read it again, I will.
So moved.
I will second for discussion. This is, Mayor, can you explain the bond ordinance that we're looking at here?
I can, Council President. This bond ordinance will cover such projects is construction of roads, repaving, resurfacing, repairs of sanitary sewer breaks, sanitary sewer collection breaks. It'll also cover projects such as the new library roof, any major capital construction, unlike normal DPW day-to-day work. Everything here has been accounted for. There is a list of the capital projects. If you would like to see them, I am sure they're readily available.
I have it.
There you go.
I'm not surprised.
It's very,
It's changed.
it's a very common.
Yeah, it changed
It changed.
since the budget.
So we're in debate, and if the mayor's, Mayor, you finished?
I am.
Councilwoman, you have the floor.
No, Mark,
No,
go first.
right ahead.
Mark, I apologize.
Nope, right ahead. But it has changed since the budget.
So this has changed since the budget was adopted, and I believe that's why it states in here that the budget needs to be adjusted to accommodate this. The amount has gone up, and the projects have changed. Honestly, we were okay with this when we adopted the budget. My problem is the budget was adopted last year, a bond was adopted last year, and the work didn't get done. I'm not confident it's going to get done. No, it was 2017, and it's a reference specifically to things that were allocated that just didn't happen on the last one last year.
Council President?
Mayor.
There are many projects, and if Stan is still here, he could attest to that we just can't get done for bidding reasons and/or backups with contractors. They just, if we ask them to pave Ekman Street and they say we're out of asphalt, we're out of time, it gets carried over to the next year. But the most important thing, Councilman DiGirolamo, is that it still stays intact. The money stays there until the project is done. And the priority from the year before will become the next year's priority. It doesn't go away.
So when are we going to take care of things that were promised last year?
We just got our price back for the library. I see Mr. Schreck back there.
Council President, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Cook.
We have two grants for Ekman Street Phase 1 and 2. I think you're aware of that. We also have a grant for Phase 3, pending application for Phase 4. Phase 1 was awarded last year, or rather, the grant was obtained last year, and the capital budget was appropriated at that time to do that. So that's part of what you see of the work that did not get done. Having received the grant for Phase 2, we thought it was best, I did discuss it with the council, that we combine Phase 1 and 2 to achieve an economy of scale with a much larger project. However, now we need the money to do that, and we need the capital money for this year to be able to do that. We received bids 2 weeks ago for Phase 1 and 2, but we can't award it until we know the ordinance is in place. So that's a major part of the past work from last year that did not get done. I think this year you see in the library, we talked about the library.
Yes.
And we also asked for funding for our portion of the mill overlays that are associated with all the utility work that was done from both Aqua and the gas. So that's on there also. I think the big delta that you're talking about was not spending the money for Ekman Street last year.
No, it was actually the recreation fields.
Oh, I told
Not
you about,
your deal.
I told you about roads.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I'm done.
Further discussion?
No, not for me.
Councilman Davis, anything?
No, I have no concerns.
Councilman Rivera? Good, sir. I have nothing as well. Council Vice President, you're good on this? You don't want to investigate further?
No, I can see the difference.
Okay. Let's roll call vote.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Polk?
Yes. Ordinance number 2018-15, bond ordinance providing for various 2018 capital improvements by and in the town of Phillipsburg and County of Warren, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,758,100. Therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,670,195 bonds or notes of the town to finance part of the cost thereof has successfully passed. Moving forward, we have ordinance number 2018-16, also a first reading bond ordinance repealing and replacing bond ordinance number 2017-3, finally adopting April 18, 2017, and providing for the renovation and conversion of the Armory into a public safety building to house the police, fire, and emergency management departments by and in the town of Phillipsburg and the County of Warren, State of New Jersey, appropriating $3,211,000, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $3,058,450 of bonds or notes to the town to finance part of the cost thereof.
So moved.
Second. Discussion.
Motion to table.
Second.
Roll call vote, Vicky?
This is what it's tabled.
Yes. Councilman Lutz?
Is there a reason why it's being tabled, may I ask?
I'll answer.
Please.
Last 6 months, I've seen a lot of folks come up here that are not part of the town and to have interest, as we saw tonight. A few people get up and speak. I know the mayor's here, and you are in charge of the town, sir. But this involves, and we've been in an executive session regarding some of the things that had to be in executive session. We have some, I mentioned the word before, stakeholders. So let's talk about stakeholders within our own town. And I think they should be here tonight, department heads, chiefs of police, others that are involved in this $3 million ordinance or bond proposal that I think that can easily come up and discuss the need for that. And there is appropriate need for that. I think we all know that, but I would like to afford our public, they need to hear that from them and maybe even ask questions to that to assure our constituents that it's just not 5 people making a decision on $3 million. It's, I think that I would like to get those folks in here, your staff, sir, to come in here and talk to allow our constituents to hear it, and we can all be satisfied going to bed at night that whatever that decision is going to be, that is the right decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Roll call vote, Vicky.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Polk?
Yes. Ordinance number 2018-16, first reading bond ordinance repealing and replacing bond ordinance number 2017-3, finally adopted April 18, 2017, providing for the renovation conversion of the Armory and the public safety building to house police, fire, and emergency management departments by the town of Phillipsburg, County of Warren, State of New Jersey, appropriating $3,211,000, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $3,050,450,000 bonds or notes to the town fund thereof. We're good. I'd like to put that on for that's a lot to read. We're going to put that on for the next meeting. Again, Mayor, I would request that on behalf of Councilman McVeigh, that Chief Stetner be present at the next meeting. I think Councilman Davis is right. It's that
I would, to include anyone, the OEM sides or
Right.
Office of Emergency Management.
Not a problem. I do believe Engineer Schreck will agree with me. They have prepared reports that were done in executive session, both Chief Hay and Chief Stetner, and they'd be more than happy to come up and report to council and the residents on the need for the new municipal building for the police and OEM. I just want to share one thing with the council president, is that we are under the gun by the New Jersey Department of Health to vacate that building. So the sooner the better, even a special meeting if we could. Understood, thank you.
would the next meeting that we have is August 7th. We want to do it August 7th? Is that too far away? How long is it on our way?
We're under the gun. I mean, that's why
When did this happen?
Councilwoman Danielle DeGirolamo had brought up the fees for the air cleaning devices. They're upstairs running, they're in the basement running, they're in the main floor running. We could save money for the town. If it could be moved up, I'm sure the emergency services would appreciate it, but I also appreciate Councilman McVeigh's concern for the public. they should hear it. I don't believe it's 3.5. I believe that money was appropriated, make sure we didn't overrun. I think the number's really 2.1, so it goes back. And I think Mr. Schreck wants to speak to this.
We're on target to award a contract in September based on it's out the end of this month. I don't think delaying until the next meeting is going to be a problem in that regard. I think the timeline still holds. So I agree we should go public. I have to redact some of the drawings for security reasons, but
If Council President,
Please.
Sir, I did say we had an executive session, and obviously that there was a reason for that. And I'm sure the very proud department heads in Chief Stenner and Chief A and anyone else involved that's going to be stepping in that building would love for them to speak. I know I have full confidence in them coming up and doing that. It's just...
sure, we all work very hard to get to this point. So
Yes, we know
but
that.
I think we can still maintain the timeline that we had discussed 6 months ago.
Yes, sir. I just trying to avoid being screened down the shop, right? That's what I'm trying to do here, so thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just one more question.
Vice President?
When we have that, can we also get do we have a assessment of the armory, of what it's valued at presently? I know the argument against Corliss Avenue renovation has been it's only worth this much and it's going to cost this much to renovate. I'd like to know if the building I'm renovating is only worth $200,000.
Council President? There is an assessment on it. It is a very valuable building because of its location next to Route 22. Some people argue it should have been sold for housing and or other purposes, but we kept it as a DPW. I will have our tax assessor send on to the entire council the estimated value of that property.
Thank you. And that's just the armory building, not the building behind it.
Okay.
Okay. The next is ordinance 2018-17. First reading ordinance of the Town of Phillipsburg, County of Warren, New Jersey, adopting additional amendments to the revised Phillipsburg Commercial Park redevelopment plan for the former Ingersoll Rand property commonly known as Block 3201, Lot 7.01, 702, 703, 704, 705, 706, 707, 708, 709, 710, 711, 712, and 713, Block 3301, Lots 124, 401, and 5 and 6.
So moved.
Second. Discussion.
I would like that discussion. Counselor, if you could, just for edification, is the only amendment that contained within this ordinance the striking of the need to provide recreational facilities?
No.
Okay.
Nope, it's the need to provide, and then it should be on, it doesn't obviously come out black and white as well. There's an addition regarding parking. Bear with me,
Correct.
just pull it up. It is D, where it's the first paragraph of parking, regarding parking and loading. Proposed amendment shall now read, we'll just read the whole thing. Parking and loading facilities in the redevelopment area will be provided in accordance with the Phillipsburg zoning ordinance. The total number of parking spaces on a given parcel in the redevelopment area will not exceed 105% of the base requirement. This is what's proposed to be added, this one sentence. The maximum number of loading facilities shall not exceed one space per 3,000 square feet of gross floor area. The parking requirement will be adjusted by the planning board during the site plan review process based on the parking needs analysis prepared by the redeveloper. So that's the proposed addition to that calculation of the loading facilities based upon the square footage of the gross floor area. And as Councilman Davis pointed out, the striking of providing recreation opportunities. Stan?
Yeah, that's correct. The ordinance, when it was written, did not fully anticipate what the size of these buildings and how they're going to be laid out. We really should have picked this up during the GDP, the General Development Plan Review. But with the ordinance not permitting more than 105% of the base ordinance, the number of loading facilities would be possible for these types of buildings that are put up. So that's why we're making that recommendation.
I have no objection to the change of loading facilities. My concern is I know we're still under some negotiations with Bridge regarding the recreational portion. I'm hesitant to remove that requirement until we have an agreement written and signed by both parties with the new realization of what that recreational requirement will be. So my suggestion my request to council would be to either strike that portion from the redevelopment plan temporarily until we have that discussed and finalized, and adopt the secondary portion in the redevelopment plan.
And I concur. We can still move forward with the current plans before the planning board now for 3 buildings and incorporate what's required under the GDP for recreation and have continued discussions later with regard to that.
No, so is the proposal to undo the striking of recreation
Correct.
opportunities? Okay.
So we're accomplishing one item tonight, and that's
Okay.
to adjust the park.
So just so the council's aware that it's on, item
With that, we
C,
can continue with the planning board application.
regarding green space, where you have the striking of providing recreation opportunities as a proposed amendment. If you were to adopt Councilman Davis's suggestion, which has been supported by Stan, that provision would remain,
The green space paragraph stays as
stays the same.
ordinance.
Right, and you're only amending D, which is parking and loading.
Is there any other discussion before I make the motion to amend?
The only thing, I remember from last year this coming up, and there were a lot of meetings and quite a bit of discussion held by the people that lived in the community that were very much opposed to any kind of recreation happening up there. Am I recollecting that right or wrong?
That's correct.
And council, on the plan that you have now as a planning board member does not show recreation in that location.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't show that, but based on,
That was on resident feedback.
that was resident feedback, so they listened to it, it's
Prior.
not there. However, with the redevelopment plan as written under green space, they have to come back to the planning board and show it somewhere on the site, not necessarily where those 3 buildings are going to be that are going to here next week, but they'll have to show it someplace before when they come to the meeting.
Actually not going to be there, so I'll call you.
I'll tell you.
Councilman, I agree with you.
Yes, I
I
do.
did see it running, so.
Yeah, my concern is that we currently have an obligation and investment into our recreational facilities, and let's say, well, I have full faith in Bridge. My interactions with Opus have taught me anything, it's to shake hands, but make sure you get it in writing at the same time. Was that trust but verify? I think, right? Yes. So until such time that we have, I'll make the motion to amend the ordinance as detailed.
Second. Roll call.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Polk?
Yes. Orders for 2018-17, orders of the Town of Phillipsburg, County of Warren, New Jersey, adopting additional amendments to the revised Phillipsburg Commerce Park redevelopment plan for the former Ingersoll Rand property commonly known as Block 3201, Lot 71 through 712, 13, Block 3301, Lots 1 through 6, has been passed. See, that almost tabled it. Passed as amended.
No,
Council President?
amended.
Yeah, amended. As a point of privilege to you, when we have a motion, just so save your vocal cords, you can just report, you're allowed to report just on the success or failure of the underlying motion. You don't have to repeat the name.
I spent years watching Pop and me up here.
You don't have to do that.
County of Warren, State of New Jersey. Okay, so we can go ahead and move forward to motion to accept as amended 2018-17.
Second. Or so moved, whatever you need.
I believe it was already moved, so we can just vote.
Roll call.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Polk?
Yes. Orders number 2018-17 passed as amended.
All right, next one, going for the 7th as well.
Yes, 7 as well.
And then on the work session to vote.
It's not a work session,
Oh, it's
it's
a
a
vote.
regular meeting. So, all right, first readings are done. We then go to new business. Councilman Woods.
Nothing, thank you.
Council Vice President?
I think we have an appointment we'd like to make. Under new business?
You can do
Yes.
whatever you want under new business.
That's
Council
my
Vice
notes.
President.
Hopefully that's all in the back. So we got a letter, actually we got two letters. Phillipsburg Housing Authority, attention Vicki Kleiner, please be advised, 5-year term of Jim Shelley, appointed to the Phillipsburg Town Council, appointed by the Phillipsburg Town Council as a commissioner for the Housing Authority, expires August 1st. Mr. Shelley has completed all required courses in New Jersey Housing Authority training program prescribed by NJSA 40A 12-A-46 and is eligible for reappointment as per state law. Please see the attached letter of interest from Mr. Shelley, and there is a letter attached expressing his interest to be reappointed. So I will make the motion to reappoint Jim Shelley to the Phillipsburg Housing Authority.
I'll second.
Is there discussion? How many letters, I just have one question, how many letters did we receive?
I only have one in my packet.
Roll call vote, Vicki.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Colbert?
Yes.
I have no other business.
Congratulations, Mr. Shelley. Do you have no other?
I have nothing else, not for new business.
Council?
I'm good, thank you.
Councilman Beck?
I'm good, sir.
Okay, Mayor, I did get a request from you. Do you want me to proceed?
I do.
Okay, so the mayor did submit to me on July 13th a request for, a formal request via email for special counsel, which I will read his request. I just need to make sure that I'm not violating anything, and I'm not. So it says, "Dear," it's addressed to the town attorney, but it was also addressed to me as well. As you may know, the council president and the mayor's office has had discussions regarding the need to move the personnel files from the BA's office to the clerk's office per ordinance number 2018-11. This ordinance was written by yourself and passed by town council without the mayor's input, review, or request. The mayor's office therefore found the need to further investigate both its legality, coming in the back door, quote unquote, and whether the requirement exists, which has been presented even exists. Having concluded my research, it is clear that a difference of opinion exists. The mayor's office has been advised that the above referenced ordinance is in direct conflict with the Faulkner Act, as well as clearly established obligations that the mayor, pursuant to Article 3, Office of the Mayor, Section 5-16, my supervision of the departments of the municipal government and the employees that work for the town of Phillipsburg require personnel records to be under my custody and control. The mayor's office has additionally been advised by an expert labor attorney that should the mayor follow the direction of an improperly authorized, thus illegal ordinance, it exposes both the mayor and the town to liability. The mayor's office is making a request to the town council to authorize special counsel to represent the best interest of the town and its citizens relating to the questionable actions taken by both yourself and the town council in adopting ordinances such as Ordinance 2018-11. Therefore, the mayor's office is formally requesting that the town council approve the appointment of special counsel under Section 5-40 of the Administrative Code to assist us all in determining the validity of this and other similar ordinances in a proper judicial forum. Please respond by Tuesday, July 17, 2013, concerning my request. Respectfully submitted, the Honorable Stephen R. Ellis, Mayor. And I have a motion to adopt the resolution allowing the mayor to seek special counsel is choosing, I would say at this time, not to exceed the amount of $5,000 to determine the validity of the council's adoption of specific ordinances and resolutions. I'll motion for it. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Discussion. Do you mind if I reply first?
You made the motion, you have that privilege.
Thank you. I thought about it, and I had, Mayor, in your letter, you, to the town attorney, and before I proceed, Ms. Kleiner, I didn't properly rights notice you, and I apologize. Would you waive that right? If you don't, I can wait till the next meeting.
I'll waive it.
Okay. Is that right?
It's all right, yeah, it's all right there.
I forgot, and I apologize. Mayor, in your letter, you state that the town attorney had written and devised ordinance 2018-11, which in truth is not exactly accurate, not completely accurate. While the attorney's office may have devised the writing of ordinance 2018-11, they merely reversed a prior ordinance in 2016, which would have been ordinance 2016-18, that had changed the town code to remove the files from the clerk's office and provide them to the business administrator. In fact, when I went back to review the video, it was on July 5th, 2016, this specific ordinance was motioned by Councilman Davis and seconded by Councilman Lutz and passed by a vote of 4-0 with Councilman Fay being absent. To be clear, there was no objection when this ordinance was proposed and then subsequently passed. In fact, there was no argument made referring to the Faulkner Act as to being the reason for this change. You then had made a statement in this letter that you were advised that the ordinance was in direct violation of the Faulkner Act, as well as clearly established obligations that pursuant to Article 3, the Office of the Mayor, Section 516 of the Town Code. Would you care to let us know who had advised you of this?
A private attorney.
It was a private attorney?
It was a private attorney.
So, okay, and you don't want to give us the private attorney's name, correct?
No, I do not.
Okay. So then, in your letter, you proceed to make reference to an excerpt from Section 5-16B of the Town Code by stating that my supervision of departments of the municipal government and the employees that work for the town of Phillipsburg require personnel records to be under your custody and control. Now, you did not specify Section 5-16A of the Town Code reads, "The mayor shall enforce the charter and ordinances of the town and all general laws applicable thereto." With the passage of Ordinance 2018-11 becoming law, it is the mayor's duty, in my opinion, as per the code and charter, to acknowledge and enforce this ordinance and all ordinances and resolutions passed by council as mayors have done so in the past. To date, this still has not happened and has been ignored. Also in your letter, you refer to being advised by an expert labor attorney that told you that you were following the direction of an improperly authorized, thus illegal ordinance, which exposed both the mayor and the town to liability. My question is, again, do you wish to divulge the expert labor attorney that you had spoken with?
No, I do not.
Okay.
That was a private conversation as I saw it. I researched the issue in question. As you know, we both have a difference of opinion on it, and no different than you would call the town attorney. I reached out to my private attorney.
Understood. And again, I'm not being disrespectful.
Yes.